So let me share with you a thought. Whether it's one mitzvah or two mitzvahs, there are two halakim to this mitzvah, minyan hayomim and minyan hashavuos. Minyan hayomim keneged ma, minyan hashavuos keneged ma. Many gedolim throughout the ages wrote that mem tes yemei asvira are associated with mem ches devorim shatoyre nikneis bohem. The B'Slo Salanter, the Musar giant, actually demanded from this Talmidim, and he said, every day of Svira, you need to work on one of Mem Ches Dvorim Shatoyre Nikneis B'hem. And whenever I share this thought, I say, why didn't Chazal say Atoyre Nikneis B'Mem Tes Dvorim? My drasha would be so perfect, would be amazing. Mem tes yemei asvira keneged mem tes dvorim shatoyre nikneis b'hem. And I could easily suggest another one, to fill in the list. Toyre niknes b'hem mem tes dvorim. That would be relatively easy. But if Chazal say Toyre niknes b'hem mem ches dvorim, that is Ruach HaKodesh. And it's not just they threw a number. And if Chazal say Torah niknas b'mem ches dvorim aleim ein lo'osif u'mehem ein ligroya, like the lashon of the first Mishnah in Megillah, mem ches dvorim lo yipochos v'lo yoiso. But still, the numbers are so close that many gedolim felt they must have a kesher. So Rabbi Shua Salanta said, what do we do with the extra day? That's for Chazorah. We need one day for Chazara. Gishmak avort, but not more than a gishmak avort. It definitely is not what it really means. Because we're dealing with a mitzvah dioraisa on one hand, mem tes yemei svira. We're dealing with a brais on the other hand, mem ches devorim. Chazara is a yeshiva sheminig. It's not a din. It's not a dioraisa. No. But the Chidush Harim also connects Mem Ches Kinyon HaTorah with Mem Tes Yemei Svira. The Maral Prague, hundreds of years ago, says the same. So my feeling would be it's more likely that the extra day is not the last day. Maybe it's the first day. Derech Kodmo LaTorah. So before you even embark on this journey, of Mem Ches Dvorim Shatoyre Niknes B'hem, the first day is Derech Eretz Kodmo LaTorah. Rabbeinu Yonah writes in his Parashat Noves, La'olam lo tishkon haTorah, ela beguf shu metukan b'midas toivus. If you don't have Derech Eretz, you're not going anywhere. If you don't have Derech Eretz, you'll never get there. So maybe the first day is the day of his boinanis and derech eretz kodmo LaTorah. And only from day number 2 we embark on the journey of mem ches dvorim shatoyre nikneis b'hem. That is minyan hayomim. What's minyan hashavuos? The Zohar in Parshas Emor says, Sheva shavuos keneged shiva nekiyim dezovo. And like a zovo is oilem etumel etahara b'shiva nekiyim, we are oilem etumel etahara sheva shavuos. The very fast. Are you aware? Probably you are aware that the Rambam is Messiah every one of you Dalet Svorim and Mishnah Torah with Meled Chasidus. The last halacha in all the 14 sections of Mishnah Torah is always Divrei Chizuk, Divrei Chasidus, Divrei Musar. The last halacha in Sefer Tahara is Mekvois. And the very vast halacha in Mekvois that Rambam writes. Just like a person cannot be oilem etumas aguf letaharas aguf only with water, and that is memsa, a mikveh, a person cannot be oilem etumas nefesh letaharas nefesh only with water, and that is Torah shenim shel alamayim, mehadat. And that is the last halacha in Sefer Tahara. So the Zohar Kodesh says, like a nida, a zova, is oilem etumel tahara only by counting 7 days. That is the Sheva Shavuos Tispolacha. So there are two different darkei hachana to Kabbalah Torah. One is minyan hayomim, and that is the mem ches devorim shatoira nikneis behem. The other is avodas hatahara, avodas hakedusha, avodas hachasidus, coming closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Lalois metumah letahara. Klal Yisrael HaMitzrayim were memtes sharei tumah, writes the Ari. And in those days they achieved the highest medreges of taharas hanefesh and kedusha, and that is the avodah of Sheva Shavuos Tispoilacha. So before we mentioned that in every siddur you have the L'Shem Yichud and also the Rabbeinu Shalom, and you probably noticed in all the siddurim there are Sheva Sefiros, and every night we count another Sefira. So let me share with you, what are these Sheva Sefiros about? And what I say now, you don't need to be a big makubal, but these are just very fundamental topics that are Kabbalistic topics, but everybody could understand. It's the Dvarim Pshutim. Sefer Yetzirah, we learn about Eser Sefiros. Kesach Chochma Bina, Chesed Gevurah Teferes, Netzach Hoid Yesoid Malchus. Those are Eser Sefiros. Eser Sefiros is the Sprach of the Mekuborim. But those 10 Sefiros are actually the same as Asora Mamoris Nivra Ha'olam, and that is the Mishnah Perikei of Masechet Avos. Ha'olam Nivra Ba'asora Mamoris. So what we call in Nigla Asora Mamoris, we refer to in Kabbalah as Eser Sefiros. But Asora Mamoris are just 10 times in Pashas Bereshis, in which it says Vayoyma Elokim. Eser Sefiros have names. Kesach Chochma Bina Netzach Hoid Yesoid Malchus. Usually, b'kol hanagea to our avodah, we only talk about Sheva and not about 10. Why is that? Sefiras HaOmer, we have 7 weeks. And the Sefiras are only Chesed, Gevurah, Teferes, Netzach, and so we skip Kesach Chochma Bina. The same Chag HaSukkos, 7 days. Shivu Ushpizin, every night we invite another giant to our sukkah. Who are they? Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, that's Chesed, Gevurah, Teferes. Moshe, Aaron is Netzach, Hoid. Yosef, David is Yesoid and Malchus. Once again, we skip the top 3. Dalad Minim, number 7, right? 3 Adasim, 2 Arovas, 1 Esed, 1 Lulav is 7. And the Riyah says these 7 are connected Sheva Sefiros. The reason is, Kesach Chochma Bina belong to Olam Atzilus. Humans can't touch so high. We don't get that high. And that is why Kesach Chochma Bina is beyond the realm of our avodah. That's in the Ramak, in the Ari, and the Gaon writes it many times in Sifrot Tznius. So our avodah centers on Sheva Sefiros. What are Sefiros? So for thousands of years we've been learning about Eser Sefiros, and nobody really knows what's the translation of Sefira. In Lashon Kodesh, Sefira is counting. Are we supposed to count? I asked before how many mitzvahs are associated with counting. Nobody said Eser Sefiros. Do we need to count? Each of these Sefiros have a name, not a number. So what does Sefiros mean? Nobody really knows. Some Meforshim say it's a loshon of Even Sapir, which is a gem, which is a stone that shines. But regardless of how we translate Sefiros, fundamentally the Etzes Sefiros are Tzinoris HaShefa, by which HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mashpia Shefa Eloki to be Makayim the Bria. That is how HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. That is how He sustains the world. That is how He is Machadish B'tuvoi B'kol Yom Tumed Masa Bereshis. Comes along the Baal Shem Tov and he teaches his Talmidim a new aspect about Shiva Sefiros. And the Baal Shem Tov explains that Chesed, Gevura, Sefiras, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, Malchus are not only Tzinoris Shefa Me'ele Letato, it's a two-way street. These are also Tchunis Benefesh Adam. These are our midas. And every Yiddish and Neshama we have Chesed and Gevura and Teferes. Netzach and Hod are Kesed Torah and Kesed Kohuna. Malchus is Kabbalah Sor, Malchus Shemayim. Yesod is Kedushas Habris. So the Baal Shem Tov teaches his Talmidim. These Sheva Sefiros are not only something we daven for and we hope for. It is part of your avodah. You need to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu with Chesed, with Gevura, with Teferes, with Netzach, learn Torah, Kvoid HaKahuna, Kedushas Habris, Kabbalah Sor, Malchus Shemayim. And when we do so, that is a itarusa delatata. And our avodah goes up to the heavens, and that is mashpia yeridas hashefa. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives Sheva Eloki to keep us going and to keep the world going. And that is the avodah of Sheva Sefiros. So, let's wrap this up. Mem tes yamei Sefira minyan hayomim, our Kinyan Torah. Mem chesvorim sheTorah nikneis behem. Minyan HaShavuos, our Kedusha, Tahara, like the Zohar says. Like a Zava she'olam etumah Tahara. And what's our avodah? How do we do that? With Sheva Sefiros. Every day has its unique avodah. Associated with Chesed, with Gevura, with Teferes, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and Malchus. Those are Tchunis Benefesh Adam, by which we are Dovek and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And then HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives Shefa Elyon, Shefa Kodesh, Shefa Eloki to the entire Bria. So mitzvah lemimne yoima, mitzvah lemimne shavoi. Two separate counts and two different Seder Avodah. Yerots, and we should be able to utilize and take advantage of these days and come closer to Kabbalah Torah. So Sefiras HaOmer is like a huge ladder. And this ladder has 49 steps. The foot of the ladder is in Mitzrayim. The top of the ladder leads all the way up to Har Sinai. And every day we take one more step. One more step on this journey, one more step closer to Har Sinai. And the days of Sefira are days of Achana, Lekabbalas Torah. Yeratzen Shiach Elkeinu Emoim. Have a beautiful Shabbos.